Hello, everybody. Zakalu with you today. And we got a special lineup with Denise Guru and Zakalu today. We've got some friends joining us for a quantum healing session with quantum healer Chris Kehler, who joins us from Winnipeg. Is that right, Chris?
Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
Manitoba, right on. So without further ado, we have Eric, Ellen, and Whitney joining today with Denise and me, with Chris, and we'll just get right to it. I'm going to hand it over to Chris and let you do your thing. Welcome.
Do my thing. Well, you know what? Careful what you wish for. I just might do my thing. So we're going to do a few different healings, more of a demonstration, but we should definitely get into some aspects of the health problems. Now, I've never met these people before. I don't know what's going on in their lives. So what we're going to do is, let's start with Eric, okay, because he's right here in front of me. So I'm going to ask Eric, what kind of issues are you facing in your life, health-wise, spiritually, emotionally, whatever?
Well, I think for the most part, I've been focusing a lot on the physical body, very aware of mind, body, spirit. And if I were to kind of bypass the physical pains and look deeper into the emotions and the psyche, I would say sometimes I have, anxiety. There's been, I think, a lot of resistance for me to even receive healing. A lot of roadblocks put in my way to even get to places I need to go. But I do have nerve pain in my neck and my lower back. That has been going on since I was a kid, and even I think before this life, been aware of it. And relationship quandaries or issues that seem to get worse based on where the physical pain is. The relationship stuff, be it career or family or partner or whatever, certain things trigger certain other things, and I'm usually aware of what each of the triggers are, but it sometimes does me no good being aware of the triggers if I can't release it or clear it right away on my own, which I'm very aware of knowing how to do. It's just these final pieces to eliminate the pain, emotional pain, anguish, misery, and the physical pain. I've gone through a lot to even be able to get here, transform, and shapeshift and literally change my DNA to where it's at. But there's still some minor quirks, I'll call it, that I'm nearly 100% aware of. It's just, what do I do to finally heal, clear, release, and be done with it once and for all? Because it's definitely a process. It's not instantaneous, but this process has led me to where I am now.
Okay. So what I generally do is I look at the physical problem. So you're experiencing nerve pain, lower back, your neck area. Right away, that tells me possibly some kind of blockages in the Kundalini. Okay, so we're going to put all this, ball it all up, and ask some questions. Now, anxiety generally is going to be some kind of reptilian thing, because they want you to feel anxious. They want to create that loose energy that they want. Okay, so let's start asking some questions for Eric. All right, what problem do we need to work on with Eric today, please? Spelling out that the problem is the creation of creation of okay, what they're spelling out is the words dry soul. Dry soul. What that means in my language is that your soul needs to be activated. It's sitting in a very neutral place where there's no energy going in or out of it. So we're going to take this lovely device, chestahedron, And we're going to hold it up to the camera, say the words. Now, anybody who's watching this on podcast, you also may feel these energies moving, okay? And it's just a good thing. We're going to activate your soul, connect it, and activate it. Okay, here we go, Eric. Okay, Eric's soul, true. Eric's soul, true. With the method I developed, just by saying the word true, lines it up where it needs to be, activates it, connects it all up. Eric's soul, true. Soul, true. Eric's soul, true. I can feel that moving. So Eric, you might feel some tingling, you might feel some movement of energy, one way, shape, or form. Eric's soul, true. Soul, true. Yeah, this is really, really in a low spot. A lot of energy moving here. Okay, that is released. Now we're going to go one step further. Okay, Eric's soul, source, true. Eric's soul, source, true. Eric's soul, source, true. Beautiful. So that's now connecting up with source where it needs to be to get the right energy. Do you feel any movement of energy at all, Eric?
It did.
Nice. Okay. Let's go a little further. What is next for Eric? And they're spelling out that. The next is okay. Your astral six body is within say astral six. So your astral six body is a type of protection body. Okay, Eric's astral six body, true. Astral six, true. Which tells me you've been under some kind of attack, some kind of harassment, let's say, from these reptilian son of a guns. Eric's astral six body, true. Astral six body, true. Eric's astral six body, true. Okay, that is now activating. How does that feel, Eric?
Feels like a certain type of strength came back, a certain kind of vigor. Is the best way I can describe it.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, let's keep on going. What is next? What is next for Eric, please? Next is, now there is a reptilian spirit within his sympathetic nervous system. The reptilian spirit is a jinn, and the jinn are spirits that can be controlled to go into your life and do things. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all of that. Here we go. From Eric's sympathetic nervous system, all reptilian spirits, reptilian controlled jinn, false. Leave into ether, please. This is going to cause the anxiety, fight or flight. From Eric's sympathetic nervous system, jinn, reptilian controlled jinn and spirits, false. And again, anybody else watching this, you can also benefit from this. Anybody with anxiety, this is going to help you. From Eric's sympathetic nervous system, reptilian spirits, reptilian controlled jinn. Leave, there we go, leave into ether. Those guys are lifting off. That's going to make you feel a little calmer. You can only use a little calm once in a while. Take a big deep breath, yes. All right. What now is next for Eric? Is what we're going to now do is remove all the excess cortisol from your nervous system, and we're going to firm up your adrenal glands so you stop making so much cortisol. Here we go. Eric's sympathetic nervous system, cortisol levels true. Reduce all excess cortisol within the sympathetic nervous system. Eric's sympathetic nervous system, cortisol levels true. Cortisol levels true. So we're removing all the stress hormone from your fight or flight system to help it calm down. There it goes. Very nice. How does that feel, brother?
Pinpoint everywhere you're saying, like pinpoint the omni location. So you're right. It's all good.
All right. Now this one. Eric's adrenal glands, cortisol production true. Adrenal glands, cortisol production true. Adrenal glands, cortisol production true. Just by saying the word true, it brings things to its perfect alignment. There we go. Now, Eric's adrenal glands true. Adrenal glands true. Beautiful. So now your stress level is going to come way down in general. How does your back and neck feel?
Neck is the worst. In the back, it's like there's this, it's like a jagged pain right in the middle of the back, and it comes and goes. It used to be more consistent, but the neck is that's the best way I can describe it. It's hurting a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being a son of a gun. Okay, what is next for Eric? Next is, okay, the Kundalini is, okay, the back problem is high levels of, okay, there is a pinched nerve. It has spinal cord is pinched. So we are going to see. Okay. Something deep in there. Something deep. Okay, I'm going to find it. Oh yeah, there's something in there hiding, all right. Okay, there are some spells of, okay, within Eric's neck and lower back, all reptilian spells false. Lift all reptilian spells within the neck, lower back. Reptilian spells false. So if you want something gone, just say the word false. It no longer exists. Lift all reptilian spells. Reptilian spells within the spinal cord, spinal column, neck and lower back false. Reptilian spells are starting to move. Reptilian spells false. There we go. How's that feeling now?
Really much better. Yeah, it just revealed something, and it's been happening like the last year or so. It's right top of the crown chakra, right here, mostly right here. And every time in the middle of the night, I'm pretty aware it's correlated with what you just said there with the reptilian spells false. And it's been really something's been really tampering with my actual brain, my actual cranium, and I've doing everything I know to do to protect it, fortify it, and it's a nuisance. In the middle of the night, it's a real annoying problem, and I kind of know when it started, but it could even have been way long ago, and it's been kind of getting worse too.
Let's get the reptilians out of your brain, shall we?
Yeah.
Here we go. From Eric's brain, reptilians leave into ether. Eric's brain, Eric's skull, entire brain and skull, reptilians false. Any and all reptilian leave into ether. Eric's brain and Eric's skull, the reptilian false. Reptilian false. There he goes. Goodbye, reptilian. How does that feel?
Much, more integrated, or more better.
These are all basic things that I find within every one of these types of problems. The reptilians are present. The fight or flight system is always activated to create anxiety, to create loosh so they can eat. So that's always present within a lot of people. I see a lot of the same symptoms within a lot of different people. It's generally going to be almost the same thing.
Yeah, there's this thing. There's also in this area by the wrist, certain points of the night or day, there's a certain energy field, usually right before I go to bed, it's sometimes in the middle of the night, and it's in this region, and I have kind of pinpointed it as being an implant or a grappling of some kind.
Okay.
And to me, I feel like it was trying to push me back into artificial reality or something like that. And usually I can kind of banish it, but it's been kind of a continuous problem in that region, and it feels annoying, kind of.
Let's do this. Okay, from Eric's soul, all reptilians false. Eric's soul, reptilians leave into ether. Reptilians within Eric's soul, false. Eric's soul, reptilians leave. There they go. Bye-bye, reps.
Ooh.
That did something now, didn't it?
Yeah. I heard a giant pop in my inner jaw and around my head. Yeah, I get bursted away.
Okay. How does the neck and lower back feel now?
The neck's still pinched, like it's hurting, and I think when this happens, honestly, there's this lower right hip, and it's kind of embarrassing, but the reproductive area, the right side, will start to pinch and clench and turn into something, like morph into something that it's not. Like the right side, only the right side. And it creates the same kind of pain that's here, down there, in the lower hip reproductive area. And that's been going on since I was a kid, maybe even since before I was born.
Okay.
That particular, and I think those two spots are definitely correlated.
Okay, the creation of his right arm problem is, okay, so we've taken care of that right arm problem. That is gone. And now within his, okay, we're going to go to the subconscious and remove, okay, Eric's subconscious, Arkons false. Cut all cords, connections, cast out all the Arkons from Eric's subconscious. Send them to ether. Eric's subconscious, Arkons false. Arkons false. From the subconscious. Okay, Arkons are lifting. And now let's find the neck problem. What is the neck problem? problem is the spinal cord is pinched between his second and third vertebrae. All right. Second and third vertebrae and disc alignment true. Unpinch the spinal cord at the second and third vertebrae. Second and third vertebrae and disc alignment true. Alignment true. Realign the vertebrae and disc to perfect. Alignment of the second and third vertebrae and disc true. Unpinch the spinal cord. Unpinch the spinal cord. Okay, a lot of energy moving here. There's certainly something going on there. Alignment. There we go. Done. How does that feel now, brother?
Better in that area. Something definitely like darted out. That's the best way I can describe it.
So we just made the intent for your body to recalibrate itself and realign itself. So these reptilians created this scenario to create distraction within you, to create the pain, so that you're always thinking about it. You're always focusing on it. So that creates anxiety, blah, blah, blah. It's all works down the line. So, you know, they're not stupid. They're ugly looking, but they're not stupid. They'll do all these different things to create problems. Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll move on to Miss Whitney.
The thing that really stood out, because I'm aware of the Arkons, and shouldn't be, but I am, and the reptilians, is the jinn. And I thought back to a particular time, which now goes back to this time, and I'm been aware of that being or entity or spirit, and it is what I could describe as a trickster, or someone that sometimes leads me down to mind trails that lead nowhere, you know, and it kind of affects the way I handle material reality and finances. Like it's a pretty interesting trickster.
Okay. What we're going to do now, the jinn are sometimes present, sometimes jinn and Arkon are present, but we got rid of the reptilian spirits. So those are jinn. Okay, so those are gone. We're going to get rid of the reptilian out of your entire body now.
Yeah.
Okay. From Eric's entire body. Cast out the reptilian from Eric's entire body, please. From the lower back, the kundalini, Eric's entire body, entire being, reptilian, leave into ether. Completely cast out the reptilian from Eric's entire body. There he goes. Bye-bye, reptilian.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah, I had to do that voluntary motion because that was the only way it would go.
You have to open a window.
Right.
How does that feel?
Really warm. I'm sweating. That was intense.
Okay, that's where we're going to stop. If we go any further, we could go into a healing crisis. We don't want that.
We don't want that, yeah.
No. So this is going to continue to process over the next day or so. You wake up tomorrow and go, whoa, something's different. Okay, or you may wake up and go, hey, what did that guy do to me? I feel like shit. But the next day will be better. Okay, there could be a little bit of recalibrating happening. But generally, you're going to feel a lot better. Even within a few hours, you're going to notice some big changes.
Okay.
There we go.
Good to know. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what is it? What is it you're actually feeling when you go, okay, there you go?
Well, okay, so when I'm holding the tetrahedron and I give the command for the changes to be made, it pulls on me. Like I've got a big fish on the line. And when it's finished, it lets go. Like the fish getting off the line. That's my barometer to know when it starts and how strong the energy is. The stronger it pulls, the bigger the fish.
Okay, cool.
Where's Miss Whitney?
Hi.
Hi, dear. How's it going, eh? All right. Why don't you explain to me briefly what kind of issues you're facing?
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot of physical pain, a lot similar to Eric. My neck has gotten really bad, but it's more specifically almost, I guess, at the nape, kind of where my skull attaches to my spine, has been really bad. I have scoliosis as well, so I have a lot of issues. I have a hip that's higher, it radiates. I'm having a lot of foot problems right now. I also have hormonal imbalances that are throwing me off all across the board. A lot of pain in my jaw, almost daily through my jaw. And I'd say for about the last year, every day when I wake up, I feel like I'm fighting off the beginning of the flu. And a lot of these things actually have gotten a lot worse since I had my son a little over 2 years ago.
Okay. Well, let's see what's going on with you, and we'll just move it out, okay? Okay. What problem do we need to work on first within Whitney, please? Problem is, it always starts off the same. Problem is within her. Within her. Okay. What's in your dream state is reptilians. Okay. So your dream state is connected to a reptilian source. We're going to disconnect that, reconnect it to source. These things like to get in with our dreams. When we go to sleep, we're wide open, and they will come on in and do whatever they want. Usually, it's some kind of abduction. Okay, so let's move your dream state from harm to safety.
Okay.
All right, Whitney's dream state, source true. Dream state, source true. Whitney's dream state, source true. Source true. Whitney's dream state. Okay, that's now connected to source. So we're going to go a little fast and furious here. What is next for Whitney? Next is, here we go, reptilians are within her. Okay, now, this is something called green vertical. Is within her. Okay, so green vertical is like a mark. Wherever you have green vertical, that's where you're going to have a problem within your life. If it's that energy on your lungs, you're going to have asthma, and nothing is going to really help. So we're going to take that green vertical off of your soul. Okay? There we go. From Whitney's soul, green vertical, false. Whitney's soul, green vertical, false. Lift green vertical off of Whitney's soul, please. Whitney's soul, green vertical, false. Green vertical, false. Whitney's soul. There we go. That's lifting off. How's that feeling? You notice anything?
I get a little dizzy.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Nausea is something that happens a lot, but that passes quickly. A bit of vertigo, a bit of dizziness, a bit of heat, a bit of all of a sudden you feel lethargic, you feel very up. A lot of different things can happen. What is next, please, for Whitney? Next is we are going to remove. Okay, here we go. Your Kundalini from the second dimension. Okay, your Kundalini is connected to the second dimension, which is a very low level of energy. That's where the reptilians like to hide out after it's rare. Okay, so Whitney's Kundalini, second dimension, false. Disconnect Whitney's Kundalini from the second dimension. Whitney's Kundalini, second dimension, false. So the Kundalini runs up and down the spine. So if your spine is compressed and contorting, it's trying to move up. It's trying to move up, but it keeps on getting pressed down. So it's going to kink a little bit. Whitney's Kundalini, second dimension, false. Second dimension, there we go. Whitney's Kundalini, source, true. Source, seventh dimension, true. Connect Whitney's Kundalini to source. Connect Whitney's Kundalini to source. Connect Whitney's Kundalini. There we go. That's connected. You might feel your spine start to kind of shift a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like my neck is longer.
There we go. Okay, good stuff. What is next, please, for Whitney? Next. And remove. There we go. We got Lyme disease in her spinal. You got Lyme disease. Okay. From Whitney's spinal column, Lyme disease, false. Now, Lyme disease is a reptilian disease. Reptilian DNA, so is shingles and yeast. Whitney's spinal column, Lyme disease, false. All muscles, discs, vertebrae, epidural area, meninges. Lyme disease, false. All Ehrlichia bacteria, all Lyme disease, and Whitney's spinal column, false. Lyme disease is lifted off. How does that feel, Dave?
Feel a lot lighter.
Yeah. So the interesting thing that the lightness is these heavy energies coming off. What I really like is that we have sensitive people here who can notice things happening. Some people are like, I don't feel anything happening, and then an hour later, all of a sudden, okay, something just went. So we've got some very good representatives of energy here. So it happens instantly. Like that. You feel it happen. It activates. It may take an hour or so for it to completely activate, but you notice that something is happening. Something feels better. So that's a good sign right off the bat. Okay, now is so jaw pain. Oh, you have jaw pain right now?
Yes.
Okay. That's the trigeminal nerve. Is remove. Okay. Trigeminal nerve, Lyme disease, false. Whitney's left and right trigeminal nerve, Lyme disease, false. Trigeminal nerves, left and right, Lyme disease, false. Okay, that's lifting off. What does the pain do now?
It feels a lot more relaxed.
Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just from what we're seeing here, we're going to go to the atlas. The atlas is where the brainstem connects to the brain. Okay. From Whitney's atlas, Lyme disease, false. Whitney's atlas, Lyme disease, false. Whitney's atlas, Lyme disease. There it goes. That's better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to give you a little treat here. Okay, into the trigeminal nerve, central nervous system, atlas, diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. This is the light, the energy of the seventh dimension. Within the central nervous system, the trigeminal nerve, the entire spinal column, diamond light, true. If you're watching this at home, hold on tight. Diamond light, true. beautiful. There we go. So diamond light is a very high healing energy. If you look at what I'm using here, if you look and see the one, you see a diamond. I was told the other day, start using diamond light. I go, okay, we'll use diamond light. And I looked at my pyramid, I'm like, whoa, there's a diamond in there. What the heck is going on here? Confirmation. How are things feeling now there?
I'm feeling a lot better. That fogginess that I've had over me for a while too is kind of starting to break up a little bit. So, but my back feels a lot better too. So.
Nice. Okay. Now you're going to be able to chase your kid around.
Oh, yes.
What is next? Okay, I'm going to say. Okay, we're going to reconnect your higher self. Whitney's higher self, source, true. Higher self, source, true. Whitney's higher self, source, true. So now when you meditate or do any kind of psychic work or whatever it is you like to do, you're connected directly with source, and that's where the energy and the information is coming from. It's a wonderful thing, let me tell you. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's look at what is next for Whitney, please. Next is okay, so we're spelling out that Whitney is now in the 7th dimension. I'm going to say fun times are ahead. Okay, let's do this. It's Whitney's entire body. Carbon atoms, cell cytoplasm, DNA. Whitney's entire body, diamond light, true. Entire body, entire being, diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. Okay, you've now got the diamond light. Let's address that hip. Okay, Whitney's pelvis alignment, true. Pelvis alignment, true. Pelvis alignment, true. Pelvis alignment, hip alignment, pelvis alignment, true. Pelvis and hip alignment, true. Beautiful. There we go. So whatever needs to be done in order for your pelvis and hip to realign, by saying the words true, boom, it starts to click in. How are you feeling in general now?
Feeling a lot better. It felt like somebody grabbed my head and started to just kind of pull it forward and kind of pull everything straight. That's the best way I can describe it.
Somebody did.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only thing I'm going to say about that. Thank you, Whitney.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Denise. Hi, Denise. Love you. I love you. I love you.
I love you too, Chris. You just took care of my baby. But anyways, when you're working with people, how much of this do you think is lineage in the DNA that we pass on down?
Some of it is. A lot of people like to blame everything on the past life. Oh, it's a past life. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. Okay. What I also do for people is connect them to a past life that's very positive. Okay, so you had a perfect past life where you had no health problems. We connect you to that. You're going to harmonize with it and bring in those energies. So some of it, yes, can be past life-ish. Not always, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, way cool.
Yeah, I was just wondering, because yeah, like you said, everybody talks about that. Oh, it's from a past life, or maybe a curse.
My favorite is, it's an implant. I've got implants. It's like, not always. The implant could be a curse. The implant could be a spell. The implant, what happens is a lot of people get really interested in this stuff. So they start combing the internet, and they start listening to certain people all the time, and then it starts to become a snowball effect that this is the treat of the week, okay? There was Morgellons, the treat of the week. Everybody had Morgellons. No such thing as Morgellons. It's something else. Black goo. I rarely find black goo. If it is, it's like, okay, well, I'm not sure that's what it is. Maybe somebody subconscious created it, okay, because they watch so much. So we can create our own problems by going on the internet and looking at all this stuff. Okay, there's so many people out there who are, we're going to call charlatans, who are out to make a buck, get on the bandwagon, and they might be doing some good, sure, but ultimately a lot of people want to sell books. That's okay. But you really got to be careful of who you follow, what you fall into, and what you create your own reality with, okay? Because as I said, you could follow something religiously and all of a sudden create it in your body, a psychosomatic, let's say, but you can manifest it. So I've been, following that a little bit of certain things people are claiming of, and I get people calling me all the time, remove my implants. I was like, no, we just can't go in and remove your implants. I watched a video, there's a gentleman doing this type of work, just, let's just remove everybody's implants, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what are you doing? You have to follow a regimen. You start here, and if the implant is here, you got to clear all this first before you can get to that implant. Otherwise, it may not work. It might feel good for a minute, but then later on, it's like nothing happened. So the system I created, True Quantum Healing, addresses that. It starts at the very beginning, and then it works its way through all the layers. If somebody has a migraine headache, that headache is here. You got to clear all this stuff first before you can get that headache. Otherwise, it's a house of cards coming down. It's not going to work. You got to start all over again.
Well, interestingly enough, I came with an upset stomach, and I have neck pain just like Whitney does, and it's gone, and my upset stomach went away.
Well, we'll give you that one for free, okay?
Okay. I'll take it.
Hey,
yeah.
Oh, Chris, I wanted to follow up along Denise's question, along her lines. So she was asking about family lineage, and we went into past lives, but how much of that could be within the DNA? I mean, does this DNA, like this lifetime I'm experiencing, this DNA, this family heritage, does that just follow the soul, or how would that correlate?
Generally, it's going to be more so in the soul. It's going to be in the soul. Some stuff is in the DNA. Certain curses, spells are generally brought through the soul level, the subconscious level. DNA, there can be programs. I find a lot of programs in the DNA to create this, to create that. But the main thing you got to keep in mind is that everybody is different. So if you get one person with scoliosis, you clear it out. You work on another person with scoliosis, it's completely different. Okay, so that's what you really have to keep in mind. It's not everybody has blah 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 blah. So you have to keep that in mind and work with it that way, so that you can really help the person instead of just showing what you can do. You want to help the person. That's how you got to do it.
It's very case specific.
It's very case. A lot of people ask me to do group sessions. I don't feel comfortable with that, because you might do harm to somebody by doing a group session, getting to that problem before it's ready to come out. So, to me, group sessions, it can be very beneficial, don't get me wrong, but I'm always a little hesitant to do that type of thing. I love the one-on-one because I'm working with you, okay? I'm fixing somebody else and you're like, well, what about me? It's not fair to you. So I like to do the one-on-one.
That makes sense too. It could, with multiple participants that could maybe skew results or mask or stuff.
A lot of people do group meditations. When I tell some people, don't do group meditations, because if you open yourself up, all of a sudden somebody's got something nasty circling around them. Boom, they get in. Okay, if you know these people really well and you're comfortable with it, go ahead and do it. I see lots of people go and do sweat lodges, okay, detox sweat lodges. And they come out feeling worse because something gets out and finds another place to go.
Interesting.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. There is very much of espionage going on within the spirit realms, within these entities, looking for places to hold on to. So certain things I like to stay away from. Your show, I do not stay away from. You guys are awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, Chris. It's great to have you.
Okay, Denise, who do you have there, please?
I have Ellen next to me, so I'm just gonna.
Ellen next to me. Is that your name?
Just Ellen.
I have a 3-year-old daughter. Her name is Layla, and I like to call her Layla Lou. She goes, no, just Layla. Okay, just Layla. No, just Layla. Gonna grow up hating me. Okay.
So, my main thing that I came in with to talk about was just a lifetime of chronic fatigue. But I will tell you, ever since I pulled up outside, I've had a pretty good headache and a lot of jaw pain, which is chronic as well. But that has gotten a lot worse since I got here, which is interesting.
There's something within you that is shit scared.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something knows it's on its way out, so it's creating some havoc, let's say. So chronic fatigue, head pain, jaw pain. What problem do we need to work on with just Ellen? Problem is, okay, so within you, Thoth is within her. We're going to clear Thoth out of your soul. A lot of people think Thoth is a good guy. If it's not source, it's not good. Okay, Thoth is a reptilian. Thoth was around in Egyptian times. You want nothing to do with anybody Egyptian, okay? Here we go. From Ellen's soul, Thoth false. Good old chords connect. Here we go. Cast out Thoth from Ellen's soul, please. Ellen's soul, Thoth. Leave into ether. From Ellen's soul, Thoth false. Thoth false. Cast out Thoth from Ellen's soul. Thoth false. Okay, he's fighting back. I knew he would. There he goes. That's lifting off. Does that alleviate anything?
Well, there's definitely a shift. I could feel it kind of come out, go back, come out, go back.
Yeah.
Come out. Let's end on that.
Is reptilian spirit is within her. No. Set is within her. Now we got to get out Set. Okay, Set is the destroyer. Now, oddly enough, I had a client today who was the ground, the human ground for Set, Thoth, Moloch, Iblis. All these different high energy reptilians were grounded to her, and I released it all. So now it's going to make things a lot easier to get to all this within people. Some of these clearings, a couple, 3 years ago, used to take me days just to get 1 or 2 of these out. Now they're gone like this because they don't have a lot of strength left. Okay, now within Ellen's soul, Set, Lord, Set, false. Cast out Set into ether. From Ellen's soul, Set, false. Set, false. From Ellen's soul, Set, leave into ether. Okay, again, he's fighting back too. There he goes. Set is leaving. What does that do for you, dear?
I'm just laughing at Denise. Wow, like a lot of buzzing around my head and shoulders.
Okay, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to end a war. Okay, remove Ellen from the soul war. Soul wars within Ellen, false. Soul wars, false. Soul wars, false. End the soul war within Ellen, please. Soul wars, over. How does that feel?
That feels good. It's shifting, and a lot of pain concentrating right here where I have a brain injury.
Okay. What is next for Ellen, please? Next is remove Lord set from her system of, okay, from the brain, set, false. Cast out Lord set from Ellen's brain, please. Cast out Lord set from Ellen's brain. Ellen's brain. Lord set, leave into ether. So there's a reason why he got that brain injury, and this is the guy.
Yeah.
From Ellen's brain. Okay, he's fighting back. You son of a gun, I'm going to win. Lord set, false. Whoa, there he goes. Battled.
As long as he doesn't come over here.
He's gone, ladies. No worries. How does that area of the brain feel now?
Well, Denise is cowering in the corner. My jaw feels better.
Okay.
I think this feels different. It still has something.
What is next, please, for Ellen?
Can you feel it, though?
Next is, okay, within her. We're going to stir up her. Stir up her. There is reptilians within her. Okay, within her. Okay, from the cranium, reptilians leave into ether. Ellen's cranium, skull, cranium, reptilians, false. Ellen's skull, cranium, reptilians are leaving. Kaboom. Does that help?
Yeah. While you were doing that, though, something went down into the base of my neck.
Okay, something's afoot. Okay, what is moving around? Yeah, you got the big guys in there. Okay.
I know, and they move around. They hide.
Yeah. Okay. From the sympathetic nervous system, Zeus, false. Cast out Zeus from the sympathetic nervous system and send Zeus into ether. Ellen's sympathetic nervous system, Zeus, false. Zeus is leaving now from Ellen's entire body, entire being, Zeus, false. He's gone. Beautiful.
Okay.
How's that feeling now?
Better.
Zeus is a son of a gun. He used to live in my right big toe. Ever since I was a little kid, I was always injuring my right big toe. The last thing I did is I hit it as hard as I could, wearing sandals with a dull axe. Yeah.
Wow.
It split the skin. It didn't cut the toe off or nothing. And I looked at that toe and I said, something's going on with that thing. And I got stitched up and I checked it out and I found Zeus in there. And he wants you to injure yourself, lower your vibration, create a distraction within you. I found him, got rid of him. Now I can kick a soccer ball. All right. So how are things feeling in general now since we started?
It's different. It's a lot different. I feel like it's still working.
It's going to continue to work. Okay. You had some big players in there, so let's see if there's anything else. Oh, let's do this. Let's do this. Ellen, soul, source, true. Soul, source, true. Ellen, soul, source, true. There we go. Soul, there we go. Beautiful. That's now in. Okay, within Ellen's soul, diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. Ellen's soul, diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. Now within the brain, diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. Ellen's DNA, diamond light. No, it doesn't need that. That's good. Okay, whenever I try to say something and it pushes me away, that means we don't need it. Okay, or it's not time. Okay, now flood Ellen's entire body with diamond light. Flood the entire body. The cytoplasm of the cells, the carbon atoms, all molecules, all atoms. Diamond light, true. Diamond light, true. Beautiful. There we go. How's it feeling now, dear?
Yeah, good. Good. There's still some things going on in my head that I and I worry about it. I used to have terrible migraines, all these things trying to drag down your vibration.
Problem, an Ellen problem is the Draco is within her. Okay, within the skull. Ellen's skull, Draco false. Cast out the Draco. From Ellen's skull into ether. From Ellen's skull, Draco. There he goes. Does that lighten it up?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a pop. I think there's another one though.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. What is next?
Ellen Hotel.
Next is in her skull is quantum. Okay, within the skull, any and all quantum shamanic spells false. Ellen's skull, quantum shamanic spells false. Lift all quantum shamanic spells from Ellen's skull. Boom, there we go.
That's good.
You know it, you know it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot. Ultimately, generally when I do a session, it's about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And we spend a bit more time asking questions and going deeper into things, and we might find that some deeper stuff. I usually recommend at least 2 sessions for people so we can make sure that everything is gone and that we recalibrate everything properly and that your body starts to work optimally. So, this is great for a demonstration. It's going to work. You're going to notice huge differences, and you can judge for yourself whether or not you need to do another session.
Okay.
Hey, Chris, I got a good question. You know, a lot of us here are light warriors, light workers, and we were talking about that before you came on. And, you know, we think that anybody that's working in the light, they're going to be bombarded a lot worse. Do you find that out?
Yeah, what we call that is the soul war. So if you're a light worker, you come in with a soul from source, and a lot of regular people have a reptilian soul. Of course, you're going to think, well, how can that be? That's the way it is. It's a soul that's created by the reptilians, soul created by source. There's a soul war going on. When I remove you from that soul war, all of a sudden it does help things at a much better rate. I got some people I've done like 15, 20 sessions with and got no results. It's, you know, maybe minor things here and there. You got to find that one specific thing, the right words to say, the magic words at the right time in order to pull that person out of there. And the soul war is a big one. A lot of us we hear about the warriors, the super soldiers created by the governments and stuff like that. We are super soldiers, okay, and we're in this war of souls to create more of a source soul group. So as light workers, we're here to assist people who can't do anything about this because they just don't know how. So this is what we're doing.
I got another question. I see you're using the diamond light, and we were also talking about, I think it was Jason Quit, and
Yes.
he was on our last show that we all did together. And I think he was talking about, you know, how a lot of people, when they do protection, they want to put the white light around them. And I think he said that it's probably not a good idea because you're just lighting yourself up and now you're easy to find.
Well, the white light is a misconception. One of the messages I get quite often, and I always get messages from source, and it's it goes like this: daytime is nighttime, nighttime is daytime. What we think is right is wrong. So we've been lied to for so many lifetimes, so many centuries about what is right, what is wrong. The chakra system is a reptilian control system. I don't work with the chakra system. I just leave it alone. It's reptilian control. The causal body, we all learn if we take Reiki, all these different bodies, causal body is a reptilian control. That's how they can put things in. So the white light is a phenomenon. When you die, you see the white light, and that's where you go. That's not where you go because they're going to recirculate, reincarnate your soul back into the system. Okay, right now a lot of things are changing. The whole concept of the reptilians, as of yesterday, the 23rd, was an alignment that activated the corona of the sun to take all these reptilians out of here. So they are leaving en masse as we speak. So that makes it a lot easier for me to find them within people and get rid of them. As I said, sometimes it would take days just to get one stinking reptilian out of somebody. Now you just tell them to leave and they're gone. And I see that every day within my work, is that more things pop up, more availability of energies and new things come into play. And as we go further, we're creating a lot of this. Okay, this isn't already here for us to go to. We're creating it as we're working. As light workers are moving forward and discovering new things, we're creating what is necessary in order to combat what is there already. So I see a ton of that, and I find that, yes, I can create whatever I need to. We're human. We can do that. It's not that difficult once you realize the mechanism and the potential that we have within our soul, within our heart, within our DNA. It's all there, and it's all ready for us to go.
Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. Zach, where's your machine?
Yeah, right. Well, I see those drums behind Chris. Maybe you can give us a rim shot.
This is my new office. We've taken the band room and turned it into an office. My lease was up in my old office at the end of this year, and I thought, oh, I've got this beautiful room I built. And we use it once a week for band practice. I thought, might as well put an office down here and have some fun while we're at it. So
beautiful.
Here we are, and it's a wonderful energy.
Well, this was tremendous. I feel very fortunate to have been a part of this.
Got to do it again sometime.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
And so you talked about offering your sessions. People can find you chriskehler.net.
chriskehler.net.
Oh, net.
Net, yeah.
There's a chriskehler.com, and that's some kind of weird, I don't know what that's all about. You know what, I did a search on Chris Kehler, and there are thousands of us. There's an anesthetist, there's some kind of actor, there's all these different people, same name. So I found .net, and it works, and it's all good.
Great. Well, we'll have that in these videos that'll be posted up on YouTube, and of course Chris will have a version of this on his channel, Denise channel, my channel. We've got a channel we share.
Channel.
So lots of channels, right? Channel surfing.
Before we go, anybody have any last questions for Chris?
Anything else?
One brief thing. When you were working on Denise's friend, and you mentioned Thoth and those so-called guys, or I've known that, and about Thoth and all of them, I've been constantly discerning them and discerning, and I've always had a strong feeling that they weren't of the light or fully source-oriented beings. And when you did that, it lifted off of, I think, everybody. We had a lot of similarities. Some of those beings I started working with early on in 2009, and I knew from the beginning that the chakra system wasn't correct. I knew that Thoth and the other ones weren't correct. I mean, they taught me things, but it didn't have to be that kind of crazy way. It was a crazy kind of way of being taught, you know. So I'm glad you lifted it off of her and everyone, because I've been questioning that very strongly in the last couple months about those kinds of reptilians.
And a lot of us do have those questions and doubts. I always tell people, if you're trying to discern what is right and what is wrong, what does your heart tell you? Okay, always listen to your heart. Never do you wrong. If it feels good in your heart to think about something, go ahead and use it. Okay, if it does, if it's like, oh, I don't know about that, then leave it alone. Don't even bother trying to think about it. Keep your ego, keep your mind out of the equation. What does your heart, your gut tell you?
That's some great advice, yeah. Right, lots of.
My heart and my gut tell me to work with Zachary and Denise, so here we go.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Well, but I think too, though, some of us have to be careful, because a lot of times if we work with discernment, I think sometimes resistant gets in the mix too. We think we're discerning, but we're actually resisting.
Yeah. When you're dowsing, I call it doubting, because you're always getting an answer. Like, well, is this the right answer? The system I developed, True Quantum Healing, actually has ways to confirm the answer. So it puts that hey, I feel confident. You build your confidence. The more confidence you have, a lot of people call it ego. It's not ego, it's confidence. If you're working with somebody, you're not confident, they're not going to be feeling good about working with you. So I've built my confidence level to a point where nothing is impossible to do. Confidence is key when all this. Confidence knowing that you're working with the right source. Confidence in your answers. Confidence in knowing that the clearing you're going to do help somebody. It's very, very big.
That's beautiful. Well, hey, once again, chriskehler.net. Get in touch with Chris, and boy, what a great encounter this was today for me. I thank everybody for joining us, and
thank you for having me on.
You bet, Chris. So, Denise, got any last words?
No, I paused my recording.
Okay.
Accident. No, it's just, it's like anything. You just never know what's going to happen until you get there, and you just gotta leave it open. And it's always so amazing how things unfold. You might have an idea of how it's going to go, but then when you get there, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So, so always a pleasure, Chris. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Keep in touch. Many blessings, everyone.
Awesome.
Thank
Well, Denise Guru, Zakalu with Chris Kehler, signing off. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.